Hi guys. How are you today? Oh my goodness. I think I actually did that just right today. Hold on 1 second. I do have a little issue there, but yes. Okay, great, great, great. I see so many of you in the chat. Lots of um uh, wrenches in the chat as well. So I'm gonna do my customary um, chat thank you for the wrenches that keep this space clear of spam bots and things like that. So thank you very much for helping me out. And let me see if I can find it. Here we go. This immediately puts me in such a good mood. The crowd yelling and screaming, and they're like, "Woo!" I don't know about you. Well, let's see who's here. Let's check out the comments. I have a lot, it seems. Music Girl 67 has become a member. Welcome to the club, Music Girl 67. We appreciate you, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of the content I have for members. um, let's see. Steve's Happy Little Trees. Greetings from Detroit, and greetings from the center at the on Project Genesis. Project Genesis. Yes, that in case you guys didn't know, I'm at the headquarters of Project Genesis. Um, that's where I do all my experiments and things. We've got Tom Limery here. Hello, Steve. He's saying hi to Steve. Thank you for being so welcoming to everyone. I appreciate you guys so much. Lance Chafin is here. Hiya, RNG. I won on Dave's channel on Wednesday, 1 year of Remind magazine. I did catch the replay on that, so congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, some camaraderie in the chat. I love that. And Tom Limery says that I moved it up an hour. Yeah, I have to today because it was a weird thing. I actually have a recording to do after this, actually two recordings. And so I needed, and that was for somebody else's channel that I made a promise to, and I'm loving it because one is a watch party for John Wick 2, and the other one is um, a commentary on The Mandalorian season 3, episode 3. And I am just loving the deep dives on those episodes. I wanted to make sure to still do my own live streams, and I had promised to finish up the action stars of yesteryear because we only got I think we're about like halfway done, but we'll see what we can get through today. I'm hoping we can finish the whole thing. I'm gonna try. I definitely am gonna try. But I've got about 2 hours to get it all done before my next thing that I have to go run and do today. I mean, I never imagined that my life was gonna be so busy being retro nerd girl, but my gosh, it is super busy and I really like it's exciting me quite a bit to have so much stuff to do. And Lance is waiting for the cool intro. Oh, me too. I love that intro that I made. It's like so relaxing. I want to like make like 5 more intros like that. But it will take, it takes money and time, and we'll see what we can do. I do love that intro. Just feels like a whole experience, right? It puts me right in the mood. Um, and let's see what else. And Lance just had meatloaf and mashed taters. Well, I just had a little something to eat too myself. I had Amy's cheese pizza cheese rolls. They were vegan. It wasn't, it's not actually cheese, but it was vegan. And they were delicious, very, very good and filling too. So, and Tom Limery is saying, and I hit the like button too. Oh, cool. That is so awesome. Thank you. And of course, when anyone mentions the like button, I have to, well, I won't do it every time, but most likely I will um, do this cool thing. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find any of my cool things today. Where is it? Ah, found it. Yes, just smash that like button or tickle it if you have a gentle device. Let's see, what else do we have? Um, and Oh, and Lance just hit it as well. So thank you guys for hitting the like button for me. It helps me to upgrade on YouTube or level up. And it's really important for my channel to grow so I can keep making videos like this. And maybe I can even make more. Let's see, Tom says, that sounds yummy. I made meatloaf a couple of times. Yeah, I made meatloaf once a long time ago, and it was actually good. It wasn't too bad. Um, oh, and you topped it with A1 sauce. Perfect, perfect. Um, and Thomas, the chef here, he made meatball subs last night. Mm, wow, that sounds like it's. You're not gonna almost smell them. And then Lance said that he made lemon a yellow cake. Wow, that you guys are really good in the kitchen. Okay, let's continue on. I don't want to get to what we're talking about food. I luckily I just ate, so I'm not getting hungry. Uh, but oh, a chocolate frosting, yellow cake with chocolate frosting. I know a lot of people like that combination. My favorite is yellow cake with lemon frosting, or even like a nice fluffy like coconut frosting. Yum. All right, let's see if we can uh, get. Oh, okay, here we go. We got uh, Unicorn Rampant Studios is here. Hey, Tom and Lance. And oh my God, I was gonna say that my allergies was doing so well, but there they are. Yeah, it happens, but it's not as bad as it was some on other days. But yeah, it's so great to see you, Unicorn. Let's see. And we're keeping track of the likes and how many people are watching. Thank you, Tom. This is very important. Wow. Very nice with the likes right now. Very nice with the likes. Um, and oh, look, it's Prince Everlove. Oh, Prince Everlove. You know, I rewatched the uh my stream that I did on Wednesday morning, and you had so many really positive things to add to the stream, and my gosh, did it not just put a big smile on my face? So thank you for bringing your energy and offering so many wonderful positive vibes our way. You know that really made the difference, and I appreciate it so very much. Thank you, Prince Everlove. All systems go, Retro Nerd Girl. You're clear to launch. I love it. Uh, oh, look who's here. It's Sin Havoc. Hey, how are you? I'm so glad that you're here today. What's up to everyone in the chat? Let's see. And Tom says, thank you, one and all. And Sean Innes is here lurking. I have a headache. Oh, that's totally fine, but I'm so glad you're here. So just take it easy. And we're just so glad that you're uh in our presence. Thank you so much for uh being here, for being here. It means so much. Uh Tom Limery says, "Hi, Prince, Sen and Jean. Everybody, yes, everybody's saying hello to each other. This is so awesome. Look who's here. Okay, first of all, unicorn emoji. I love it. And look who's here. Tasty Mystery Meat is here. Hello, always love your intro. Thank you so much. I do adore it so much, and I really want to make more content like that. That was so much so gratifying to do. And Prince Evelove says greetings to everyone. Uh, Absolutely awesome. You guys cheer me up. And even when I don't need cheering up, it take me to that next level of happiness and joy. Uh, and Unicorn Rampant's studio says, Fargo Station, Space Dakota. I like that. I like that. I like that. But if I'm somewhere else, I, it's transient. You know what I'm saying? It's transient. Um, just in case I'm at a different location. Sin Havoc says we're in wacky times. Rules for grift for grift apply. Let's grift those likes up for retro nerd girl. That is so sweet of you to say that. So many inside jokes between me and Sin Havoc because we kind of belong to the same circles of camaraderie. Uh, say, oh, okay. So Lance, I'm on Tug's channel Sunday at 12 p.m. This coming Sunday, huh? Okay, so am I available to see? Oh wait, we're gonna push some things around. We're gonna push some things. I want to see this. Um, and Stuart Mitchell is here. Hi, Stuart. Stuart says, "Retro Nerd Girl, hello again, my friend." Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I love the little emoji that's like, "Ee." That is like the cutest emoji. I love it. Uh, so friendly and happy. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, Tom says, that's okay, RNG. You moved it up. Glad you're streaming. Thank you. Yes, I just had to do it at this time right now. And maybe later on I'll move it back to the time that we had before, but just needed to do something because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I figured, if anything, people who want to see the rest of this list, they can watch the replay, right? So I wanted to make sure that this content was out. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging forever with, with this content. Growing with likes. And Tasty Mystery Meat says, I can bonk the like button, please. Can I bonk the can I bonk the like button, please? Because I just did. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You're awesome. Lance, yes, Stuart is saying hello to everybody. You guys are are speaking to each other in the chat and making friends. Thank you. I appreciate the that. Unicorn Rampant Student, Gesundheit. Thank you so much. Thank you guys are so sweet. Look at the blessings. Um, oh, Heath's Geekverse is here. Oh wow, so good to see you, Heath. I love your shows. So you guys, if you're into tabletop, um, or even start like tabletop games and RPGs, definitely head over to Heath's Geek First. He does a lot of other things too. He's developing his own game. He's also developing quite a few stories. There is a web show on there as well. I believe 2 seasons of it. So yeah, check out Heath's Geek First. He's fantastic, a very good friend of the channel. I love what he's doing over there, and definitely say hi to Heath and make friends with him in the chat. And Zax is here. Hello, Zax. Zax is awesome. I love Zax so much. His channel is growing. It is definitely one of the great, one of my favorite little channels that I discovered this year, and I'm like, yes. And also, Zach's is one of the nicest people ever. Has been very nice to me, at least. And so, yeah, check out his channel and see if it's something you might be interested in because he's got some good pop culture stuff on there. And look who's here. Lord Toth is here. Hello, Lord Toth. It's so good to have you here. You are awesome. Let's see. Look who's here. Nerdette's Newsstands. Hi, how are you? What also another channel that I discovered within a few weeks that's just really on fire. So hi there. Thank you for joining me today, Nerdette. It's a pleasure to have you. Oh, look, it's Stunt Brat 777 Smith. Hello. Hey, Retro Girl. Send Patty says hugs. Oh my God, I'm gonna give you a hug too. Let me tell you, it is a pleasure to have you here, and definitely for everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have a great time celebrating it. Let's see what else is going on in the chit chat. In the chit chat. All right. Okay. More camaraderie. I love it. Um, and let's go to the main content, guys. The main content is discussing the action stars of yesteryear. Now, before um, I did a part one and a part two. And let's see if I can call up. Um, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Some who just walked in the door? Danny Staten. Oh, great to see you, Danny. Greetings from South Carolina. Wow. All right. Let's. All right. So I am going to start the show. Let's start it. Okay. So I'm going to show you. Let's see. Where's I'm trying to figure out the right layout. So you have to bear with me because I'm still learning this. That's not the right layout. This one. Oh no, this is what I need. Uh, well, this one is better. I think this one is better. But this one you can see everything. Which one? This one. I think this one works better. All right, action stars of yesteryear. All right, so yeah, we did quite a few, and so I'm gonna run through all the names we already talked about in previous episodes, just so you can get a firm idea of how far back we're talking about these action stars and uh, and exactly who they are. And then I'll start to go through the new list of more modern ones that I didn't get to. Okay, so let's get started. So we've got Douglas Fairbanks, John Barrymore, Rudolph Valentino, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, James Cagney, Buster Crabbe, Barbara Stanwyck, Clark Gable, Spencer Tracy, Errol Flynn, Tyrone Power, Humphrey Bogart, Jack Palance, Kirk Douglas, Yul Brynner, Charlton Heston, John Wayne, Sir, Son, Sir, Sir Sean Connery. That was a tongue twister. Henry Fonda, Steve McQueen, Clint Eastwood, Harold Lloyd, Victor Mature, Audie Murphy, Rory Calhoun, Frank Sinatra, Chuck Connors, Raquel Welch, Richard Harris, Robert Conrad, Paul Newman, Jim Brown, Charles Bronson, Richard Roundtree, Bruce Lee, Pam Grier, Fred Williamson, Burt Reynolds, Sylvester Stallone, Carl Weathers, Chuck Norris, John Saxon, Harrison Ford, Sigourney Weaver, Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell, Scott Glenn. And that was the last one we were able to get through. But it was a pretty good list there. So we got to the 49th person on the list. Okay, so um, I'm gonna do three at a time, and then I'll check to see what comments you have. We've got Roger Moore, who did Street People, Live and Let Die, and Cannonball Run. Lee Van Cleef, High Noon, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Escape from New York. And Jan Michael Vincent, The Mechanic, Damnation Alley, and Alienator. Now, let me hear what you guys have to say about those three. Let's see. How far back? Oh, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think I'm seeing some new people in the chat. Let's see. Uh, oh, Keith E is here. Hello, Keith E. Hey, just got in here. Just got here in the nick of time. Yeah. You're right on time. Yes. Oh, wow. We've got Darth Plato in the chat. Hello, Darth Plato. So good to have you here. And uh, let's see. Keith E says, "Hi, Lance and Tom, and anybody else, but I think the screens are going to be moving too fast for me, but that's good." Uh, and oh, okay. Let me see. I can't drop links, but you're a mod, so if you click on my name in the chat, should be able to go to my channel. Yes, just click on his name if you're a mod. If you're not, let's see if I have, um, if you're a mod, you could get his link. But it should come right up under Zach's, right? It just shows he's the only Zach's I know though, but there could be others. There could be others. Um, let's see. All right, we're starting to get some. Oh, yeah, Magitech Mags would love this topic. Oh, yeah, she'd probably love this topic. Probably the earlier ones too, with a lot of the earlier action stars. Oh man, I hope she gets to see I hope she gets to see this. Okay, Lance Chafin says Jan Michael Vincent Airwolf. Yes, he was in Airwolf, the TV show, and a lot of people love that show. I think this picture is also from Airwolf as well. He's, he was a heartthrob, but I think he was very much known as an action movie kind of guy. Not too many dramas for him. Let's see. And Sean Innes, Roger Moore was also the Saint, yes. And I believe that was also TV as well. I didn't put any television appearances for any of the action stars, but yeah, Roger Moore was the Saint. And I think he may have even appeared in the movie that occurred in the 90s as well for a short moment. But yeah, he was so good. He was playing like James Bond roles before he even landed James Bond. And there are so many other movies that he's done where he's definitely playing a sort of a an agent like character, someone who is uh embarking on like covert operations. I also noticed that about Pierce Brosnan too. He was doing the James Bond roles before he even um, got the role. So parts that were similar, like right. Okay, let's see. Zach says Airwolf. Uh, and Tom Lemery says Jan Michael was on. Yep, he was on Airwolf. Um, Lee Van Cleef had a face attitude born for villainy. Didn't he? I remember seeing him when I was a little girl and just thinking, "Oh my God, who is that?" He's just looks so. His facial features are so strange, but also handsome at the same time. So it was like, who's this guy? And he always seemed to I forgot what movie it was, but he played it was I think it was The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I was afraid of him in that movie. I need to watch it again to get a refresher on how good that movie was, because even as a kid, I liked uh, that, and after seeing many uh, reruns of it on television, it was just sort of like the quintessential Western. And also after that movie, I expected every Western to be just as exciting. Samuel Rivera is here. Never saw those movies with Jan Michael. Yes. Let's see if I can get him back up again. Yeah. Okay. First of all, the mechanic is so good. He's in it with Charles Bronson, and they played so well off of each other. It was a very good movie. I believe it was remade, and I did not see the remake, but the that was a good movie. I was very pleasantly surprised by it. And Damnation Alley, we've talked about it on the shows before. Damnation Alley is a post-apocalyptic uh, kind of movie that's just pretty much insane. I believe George Papard is in that movie as well. I've never seen The Alienator, so oops, I'm giving you a preview of what's to come. But The Alienator, I've never seen. So, yeah, definitely the mechanic is sophisticated kind of movie, but also it's riveting and it's a thriller, if you will, a psychological thriller. Uh, Samuel Rivera says, "I saw High Noon. Van Cleef had a minor but effective role." Yeah, I don't remember High Noon very much. Uh, uh, I do it like yeah, I mean, in 1952, he was probably really young at that point, really, really young. Uh, and Jack D. Beaumont is here. Roger Moore in The Saint, yes. Thanks for being here. You guys, I'm so glad that you're here. Uh, let's see. And let's see. Oh, Samuel says The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was a great spaghetti Western film. Yes, I think after that uh, that film came out, it just really defined what a Western should be in a weird way. You know, it was um, sort of taking all of the great stuff from the older Western films and then adding this other kind of like Japanese standoff thing. It just had such a great mix to it. I really want to do a deep dive on that movie one day. And Danny Staten, thank you, Danny, for posting Zach's channel. so that way he can, people can uh, definitely subscribe to him. That channel is going to be big. You want to get in on it early. Uh, so yes. Let's see. And I appreciate Danny, yes, for you to that you looked that up for me because yeah, I want to share all the people that I know. I like channels that are really cool, and I really should like have an easy find. That's something I should do. Create a list of like friends of the channel and have their links handy so I can post it in the chat. My to-do list is growing. um, and then Unicorn Rampant Studio says, always preferred Roger Moore to Sean Connery, since Moonraker was my favorite as a child. Oh, cool. Yeah, I Roger was the the Bond of my childhood, and my favorite movie from him was Live and Let Die. That's my favorite from him. It's my favorite Bond movie, Live and Let Die. Um, and for several reasons and that are personal, but it is just like this is was like it just blew my mind when I saw it. And so and so it was one of those things where um I don't know if he's my favorite Bond. And I've been trying to pick my favorite Bond, and I seem to always like I don't know which one, because they all have something different to offer. And for sure Sean Connery had something special. Um he definitely played the role a little bit more dangerous than Roger Moore did. Even though Roger had moments where he, like this picture right here, where he has a serious face and he can handle his business. It's just I don't know. There was something more, a little bit more sinister about the way Sean Connery played it. Um, that I enjoyed, and so did Timothy Dalton. Had that like edge. Like if they believed strongly in the other team, they would be a very, very formidable challenge. So yeah, there. I don't know. I still don't know if he's my favorite, but he's the one I grew up with. And I have he has a special place in my heart. And Tom Lemery says Roger Moore was the saint and cousin and a cousin in Maverick TV shows. Oh, I didn't know that. In the Maverick, huh? With who played it? The Maverick. Oh my God, who played the Maverick? I forgot, but I remember that show. Um, and let's see. Oh, and Danny also says, hey, he's got some wrestling stuff that he wanted to promote. So if anybody likes wrestling, hit up that link there. Um, oh, look who's here! Oh boy, uh, DeLorean DMC. Hello, glad to pop in at the right moment. I'm a Bond fan, and Moore is my favorite. Oh, you guys, this is awesome. All right, let me go back up a little bit. And Sean says, Jan Michael Vincent was in Baby Blue Marine, right? I don't know. I've never heard of that movie before. I have never heard of that movie. Um, and Danny Stain says Roger Moore was in The Saint way before Bond. Yeah, he just had this. He was already playing the role way before he got it. So I thought that was really interesting, and something he has in common with Pierce Brosnan. Roger Moore, Samuel says Roger Moore was very good in most of the 007 films. Some were kitschy but funny. I preferred Sean Connery. Yeah, I could see that. It depends on what you want out of the Bond character. What do you want him to do, and how do you want him to be portrayed? Because I think everybody has their idea of what Bond is, and uh, one thing about Roger was that yes, definitely kitschy is the word. He definitely had a flair for one-liners that was played with a bit of a wink. And so he definitely did a lot of winking to the audience. And even though um, uh, other Bond actors did that, it just felt more like black humor. Like, you know what I mean? It just sounded like it was, uh, you know, dark humor and not exactly a funny, lighthearted joke. He made Bond feel lighthearted. Um, look who's here! The Bat Channel Retro. Oh my God, it's so great to see you here. Thank you for being here. The Bat Channel, a good friend of the channel, also another fantastic YouTube channel. Let's see. Um, and thank you, Lance, for welcoming everyone, and Tom Limery as well. You guys are so sweet. I love that you guys are making such great friends in the chat. It just makes me warms my heart. Um, okay, Stuart Mitchell says Lee Van Cleef was also in the second film of Giorgio Leone's Dollars trilogy, A Few Dollars More. Yes, he was. He was great in the as a good guy and a bad guy. Yeah, I've seen him play both, and he's just um fantastic as both good guy and bad guy. And that shows range. You want this guy on your team. You don't want him to be the bad guy. But when he plays a bad guy, he's nasty. He is nasty. Darth Vader says Connery was a better Bond. Roger was had better movies. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. I think yeah, the technology was different, right? Uh, and just techniques different. They learned a lot along the way as they were making those films. And I know the early Bond movies, for some people, it's really hard for them to watch that. And for me, I'm loving it. I love the cars and all the things they were able to do in the 50s and the 60s, eh, and the style and all of that. Um, so I mean, whether that they're better movies, I think they're better technically, probably, but the story, I like for me. Um, Man with the Golden Gun was so good. It was riveting. That was a riveting movie. Um, they were to me they were all pretty good. I have not seen a Bond movie that I hated. I may have had um a problem with one of the Bond movies. Just one of the Bond movies really made me kind of like, ugh. But and that was unfortunately one of the more recent ones. But on the most part, I love that kind of storytelling. Lee Van Cleef was in the series called The Master. Ooh, I never heard of that. Never heard of that. Lee Van Cleef will always be the bad. He played the bad so well, and it was incredible. Let's see, any other words about this? Oh, Keith E says, I hit the thumbs up. I went to the lobby for free snacks and Dr. Pepper. Cool. uh, and Stuart Mitchell says Roger Moore was also the Wild Geese in the Wild Geese with Richard Burton and Richard Harris. Interesting. Yes, I do recall that movie. Uh, I do recall that movie. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, says the Bat Channel. Yes. Uh, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Should be a lot of fun for people later on. Uh, and yeah, moment I have allergies acting up. They're not as bad as they were the other morning. So this is a oh for your eyes only. Such a good one, wasn't it? Uh, uh, and Stuart Mitchell says, I agree that Sean Connery was the definitive Bond, but Roger Moore was the Bond I grew up with. Yeah, me too. There's something special about that Bond, and you know what? I think more of his movies were child friendly-ish than the other Bonds. Do you know what I mean? Like, kids could actually kind of watch that movie and like not get too weirded out. And as an adult, I just love the way Sean does plays the role. He's so serious about it, and sometimes really cold. And to get into the psychology of being the kind of character that Bond has to be, it is definitely. I think he played the crap out of that role, and he knew that character. Laura Todd says that Lady Todd, he's Lady Todd's favorite Bond. Oh wow, that is so cool. He's Roger Moore is a lot of people's favorites, huh? That is so cool. Um, And DeLorean DMC says, I grew up around Daniel Craig's time, but Moore was always on TV and I loved it. Oh, cool. Yeah, Daniel Craig is not he's not a bad Bond. I like his Bond. He played it very well. Oh, James Garner. Yes, Sean, thank you. That was racking my brain. James Garner, who's like awesome. Uh, yes, thank you guys with the information. I loved Connery. Uh, I loved Connery. Has awesome. Uh, Roger Moore was good too, but a little more entertaining in a comic way. By far, the best Bond is Pierce Brosnan. Ooh, thanks, Danny. Yeah, I really wanted Pierce to get the job. It was a tough road for him to get the job, and once it was really weird because that when once he got the job, he got so many other gigs too. So we're turning into a Bond. We're turning into a Bond show, which is a whole nother thing that I plan on doing in the future. But James Garner and Jack Kelly played Maverick Brothers. Okay. Um, James Garner went off to play Jim Rockford in the Rockford Files, which I saw many times. Um, and Zach's just subbed to Danny Staten. Um, this is awesome. Wow. I love when you guys make friends in the chat. I'm getting all teary-eyed. I'm leaking again, guys. Um, Sean, says, Baby Blue Marine Jan plays a World War II recruit who's falling out of training, and they are forced to wear a blue uniform but trades places with Richard Gere. Greer. Cool. I've never seen that. Baby Blue Marine. And Jack says, Live and Let Die is the best Bond movie. Oh, cool. I'm glad I have another partner in crime out there. Okay. Yes, I think so too. Jane Seymour as the girl, Koto as the villain, Paul McCartney and Wings theme song. Yeah, it to me, that's part of it. It was just like I just loved the idea of it being in America. There's a lot of Bond movies that take place in America, but this one, I don't know, it just had a special feel to it, and it had like a black exploitation kind of feel to it as well. So, and it's a time capsule of what was really happening at the time in film, and um the whole thing with the tarot cards, I I just was in love with the idea of someone using tarot cards to tell the future, and it had a really big impact on me. And yeah, yeah, that was an incredible show. All right, I'm getting attacked right now by the infamous um, uh, allergies. They're really getting me. And so I'm going to do a quick little cutaway. Um, and I hope you don't mind. I just need to do something off camera. Let's see if I can find the video for you. Oh, here, I'm gonna play this for any lurkers that may let me just find this any lurkers that may decide that they haven't decided yet. Here's um, a little video to urge you to subscribe. That was all the time I needed to deal with my allergies there. All right, let's see. Oh, Lance is so sweet. Retro is very beautiful. Oh my God, you're making me blush. That is so sweet. Oh, and here's the Daily Dan blog. Thank you so much for adding yet another like. That really helps me to upgrade, or what I'd like to call level up with the YouTube algorithm. And boy, is that so important these days. Okay, he says, I watched her Wednesday morning chat that was on like 9, uh, 10, 11 o'clock or something. And it was an interesting bunch of stuff. Very fun people. Oh, thank you, Keithy. That was so much fun. I rewatched the video and it was like I just couldn't stop laughing and enjoying myself. So yeah, that morning chat was really a lot of fun. And then my mom showed up, and it was like a whole nother level of um crazy. And so Danny is so sweet. He says a spoonful of honey a day will ease those allergies. Well, here's the crazy part. I'm allergic to honey. Yes, I am a snowflake. I am a snowflake. I'm allergic to everything right now. Um, And sometimes I'll have a good day, and sometimes I'll have bad. This is actually a pretty good day. Shannon is. I preferred Sean Connery, but more updated the character going into late 70s and 80s. And yes, I think time-wise, we needed Roger's lightheartedness in the 80s. Do you know what I mean? And the 70s. The world changed, so Bond had to change. It was very important, very important. Um, and Samuel Rivera is says that Van Cleef was good in Escape from New York. However, Kurt Russell was the uh, movie's dark hero. That movie had other great actors, Ernest Borgnine and Adrienne Barbeau, who and who can forget Isaac Hayes? Yeah, Isaac Hayes came out with the acting skills there. We didn't really know he could do that. At least I didn't. And Stuart, Sheriff Pepper almost stole the chase. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes. Stuart Mitchell, my favorite Bond film is On Her Majesty's Service with the one-off Bond, George Lazenby. Yes, he was fantastic. I thought he was really, really good. Well, I definitely want to move on from these three and continue with some more characters or more action stars. Let's see if we can finish up. I don't want to miss anything either. Stewart, he had big shoes to follow in Sean. Yes, he did, but I think he did a great job, and he made the character his own flavor. So it was really great. And oh, Lance is going to be right back. Let's see. Stewart says they also brought J.W. Pepper back for an appearance in The Man with the Golden Gun. Yes, that's a great movie too. Man with the Golden Gun. What a movie. Uh, Stuart, speaking of Jane Seymour's movies, we're watching Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger tomorrow. Yes, we are, guys. We're watching Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. It will be 5 p.m. Central Time, and not sure what time that will be for you. But it is going to be so much fun because this is my favorite Sinbad movie, and I just love Jane Seymour. She is so beautiful in this, as she was in Live and Let Die. And yeah, great movie. Great, great, great movie. Lots of fun adventures for us. Oh, that await for us tomorrow. I can't wait it. I can't wait. Uh, DeLorean DMC says, totally will be there for it. Haven't watched Tiger in years. Yes, it's for me too. For me too. Oh, and Thomas is saying 27 likes. Wow, yes, 27 likes. Thank you. And thank you to all of the people in the replay that will be giving us likes as well. I appreciate all the likes, guys. It really means a lot to the channel. DeLorean says Taryn Power and Jane Seymour in the same film. Patrick Wayne is one lucky man. That is true. And the Bat Channel, the YouTube algorithm, bane of my existence. We're gonna beat that thing, or we're gonna figure out how to flow into it. We'll do it together. Together, us united, we're gonna take over the algorithm. Guys, we can do it. And Jack says, allergic to honey, you can't drink mead. That is true. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can't drink. Uh, and Sunrat says, retro, there was a car that came out in sync with the 1994 Bond film. I got hired to drive the prototype car in uh, car commercial right before the film came out. I can't remember what kind of car. It's probably an Aston Martin because that's the one that he always drives. My goodness, wow! And you got to drive that car. Wow, 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 wow. Um, what an amazing thing. I mean, we, yeah, yes, yes, yes. What an awesome story. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, and okay, so we got confirmation, definitely. Aston Martin, because that's 007's signature car, and we just love that car, don't we? Every year they come out with a new one. I just love all of the little gadgets on that. And Stunt says retro. Yeah, I just had my son. Oh, when that happened. Oh wow. Oh wow. Guys, yeah, we're getting the 411. It's really cool. Um, let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through three, um, the next three names. Okay. Whew, sorry. Okay, so we've got Jim Kelly, which you guys probably saw before, who did Black Belt Jones, Enter the Dragon, and Three the Hard Way. And this is a film that you guys had told me about in the previous um action stars videos that I've done. We also have Carter Wong, who is one of my favorites. 18 Bronzeman, Born Invincible, and Big Trouble in Little China. He's the guy that blew up. He kept breathing in. He's like, and then he just blew up. Love that scene. And we have Philip Ree, who I'm not very familiar with, but a few people told me, like, hey, he is a real, big action star, and you need to have him on your list. Does anybody know about this guy, Philip Ree? He's been in The Best of the Best, Underdog Kids, and Kentucky Fried Movie. So, yeah, let's see. Uh, what do you guys think? What is about these? Um, Sean Ennis says Jim Kelly passed away about 2 years ago, I think. R.I.P. Yes, he did pass away. I'm not sure if it was 2 years ago or not, but yeah, he did pass away. Um, and it was pretty sad because but his children are continuing his legacy. They're um, in charge of his estate, if you will. Um, and Tom Lemery says that Jim was a great action star. Yeah, I mean he's really good, and I think in Enter the Dragon he was really a standout. Um, Definitely a standout in that movie. Um, So I know that these guys are probably you guys probably are not too familiar with a lot of these names, but yeah, they're I had to add them on the list because they were really great. Oh, actually 10 years, says DeLorean. Oh wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And Lance is back, guys. Hi, Lance. Thanks for coming back to the show. And Tom says he admired Bruce Lee somewhere on YouTube. There's an interview. Oh, okay. We have to look for that. That sounds really awesome. Um, and everyone's saying, welcome back to Lance. We missed you while you were gone. Let's see. Samuel Rivera says, I saw Jim Kelly in two karate movies. One, Enter the Dragon, and I think Black Belt Jones. Okay. Yeah, I believe I saw Black Belt Jones when I was a kid, but I don't remember it, and I don't remember Three the Hard Way either, but I remember seeing posters for each. And I think that again, he's around in in the best time, right, um for this kind of movie. Um it was it's really kind of interesting. Oh, wow, look who's here. Todd, Christmas Clatter. Oh, so good to see you here. Oh my God, you guys don't know. I love Christmas, like all year round. So Todd is has got a great channel that talks about Christmas almost all pretty much all year round. And just the principles of Christmas and all that stuff. Great channel. Love your channel, Todd. And yeah, I just love Christmas. You guys don't know how much I love Christmas. I don't get to see a lot of movies that I'm supposed to be looking at because I'm so busy looking at Christmas movies. So it's a big problem. Okay, Samuel Rivera says Bruce Lee was the legend. So many kids picked up martial arts because of his films. Yes, yes. I mean, because he would, like, I think unknowingly be teaching people things, and a lot of people they moved to California and went to some of the the circles he was going around in and learned and learned uh, karate or and kung fu or martial arts in general from the people that were around him. So it was kind of he kind of developed this whole community. And it was probably there before, but he was the face of martial arts um, in the 70s. Um, And Lance Chafin says loved Black Belt Jones. Wow. And Sunbrat says retro me too hugs. Oh, oh man. It, Zach Jack says, you know what Jack Burton would say? Who? Jack Burton? Me. Yes, he's the guy who says who. Although you probably can't recognize Carter Wong from this photo, but this is a photo definitely taken when he was much younger. I was gonna use a picture of him when he was in the movie. Um, that that a lot of people know him from, which is Big Trouble in Little China. But I kind of wanted to pick another one where it showed him when he, uh, coming up. He's a this guy is a legend um, in the martial arts world, and has been just I mean, I could go on and on talking about him, but you ever look him up, he has a significant background that is very admirable. Samuel Rivera says, I remembered us kids leaving the theater acting like we knew Kung Fu, jumping and kicking. It was hysterical. Me too. And I was one of those kids. I was one of those crazy kids. And I also like if I was in my home by myself and no one was, in around, latchkey kid, I would just be like pretending like I was a kung fu person. It's really wild. And also, what was the other thing that kids used to do? Oh, that song "Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting" was out, and that also helped to promote the whole karate, kung fu craze. So it was a true interesting time. A lot of people got interested in martial arts at this time, and it was also people were actually walking around with um their what did they call it the uh their geese, I think it's called the outfits that they wear. I forgot what it's called. They would actually be walking around with it, so they can, they would actually be um recognized as somebody who knew how to to do martial arts, and I remember those Chinese slippers. I would go down to Chinatown. Well, not only that, I think they were selling them on the street for like $1, and they were like these little slippers that were flat and had like fabric around it. And it was just everybody had those shoes on. It was really kind of interesting how it infiltrated the zeitgeist. Really cool. Those are cool memories. Uh, uh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a student of Bruce Lee. Kareem ended up as a villain in one of Bruce Lee's film. I can't remember the title. Oh, is it The Way of the Dragon? Um, is that the one? Or is it uh or Into the is it Into the Dragon or The Way of the Dragon? I think it might be the or it was something. Because yeah, I do remember him fighting Bruce Lee and getting his butt whopped. Lance says The Game of Death. Okay, that's the name of it? Oh, wow. Okay, I was off. Stuart Mitchell says, Reginald Girl, I remember the Die Hard watch party you did with Lorena Creole. Positive fandom on Christmas Eve. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I can't tell you how much fun I had with that. It was great. Yes. And we're doing some more watch parties. We did the last thing that we did was last week. We watched um uh John Wick 2. We did John Wick, the first one. So two, and then this week we're gonna be doing John Wick 3, and just in time for John Wick 4. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch John Wick 4 until it shows up on streaming, unfortunately. But it was nice to be able to catch up with all of those movies. I love watch parties; they're so much fun. And look, if you ever have a lonely day, guys, there's no reason to be mopey and upset. Just turn on YouTube and find a good watch party to watch one of your favorite movies with someone that you like hanging out with on YouTube or like listening to. So, and you're definitely welcome to watch any of my watch parties um, on the replay because it's a lot of fun. I actually tried it out uh, as an experiment, and it was so much fun. It was like hanging out with myself, it was hilarious too. I need to record that one day, just for the hell of it. And Lance says Jim Kelly, The Tattoo Connection. Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's another movie he did. Okay. Uh, Tom Murray, Chuck Norris is in that one too. Oh, okay. Yeah, they all kind of were in the same movies and uh were you kung fu fighting, Jack asked. Yes, I was kung fu fighting. And every time that song came on, I would always like do like fake kung fu moves. Um Kicks and punches and stuff. And my mom for a short time put me in a karate class, and I learned one of the like simpler katas. But then there was I think we had to get to the part where um, we actually had to fight people. And I think I got up to the first level and I was like, I'm out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's a contact sport. You have to, in order to move up a belt, in different belts, you have to have that combat. And so I thought it was all fun and games, but it's real fighting. DeLorean of DMC says it's always fun when you recognize a martial arts actor in various roles, normally goons or silent henchmen. Yes, they're fun. It's fun to recognize them, and I also like as we go down the list, you'll see some more that have actually transcended the small roles into big roles. and became Hollywood superstars. I mean, Michelle Yeoh is a great example of that. Someone who started out being, supporting character, here, there, and then suddenly she's doing bigger things. Let's see. All right. At the beginning, Tom, from Way of the Dragon. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. That Chuck Norris is in the beginning from The Way of the Dragon. Okay. And not forgetting Hong Kong Fooey. Did I ever see that? And Bruce Lee said, "Be water." Oh, Daryl Johnston is here. Hello, Daryl. So good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us today. All right. And Todd says, "Game of Death. I still need that yellow jumpsuit." Yes, yes, that yellow jumpsuit. And I thought I saw a toy or a like a six scale figure with that jumpsuit. Very, very highly coveted figure, action figure. Samuel Rivera. Yeah, I remember guys walking around with the black gi. Yes, slippers and nunchucks, illegal now. The nunchucks, right? Yeah. I remember that people were actually just walking around with their geese, and it was like, what? What are you doing? It was wild. It was wild. But it was an outfit. It was something that, if you look at a movie called The Last Dragon, and that movie has kind of a lot of the things that were happening in my neighborhood as far as the way people were dressed for that was kind of like everybody had that sort of like uh, especially in urban areas or what they would call it was a movement, that kind of it was fun too for a while that there was sort of this Asian influence that was happening in America. Very cool times. Very cool times. Very cool times. Uh, and Sean Ennis said, yeah, Karen sort of played a Kareem, okay. Kareem sort of played a boss game character for Bruce to defeat as he ascended the stairs. Kareem is one of the early students, his early students in real life. Yes, and yeah, he was one of the big bosses before and I think it was like his sheer size that also made him kind of and Kareem also was in um Conan the Conan the Destroyer as well. And I thought he was really good in that film. I thought so. I thought so. I really wanted to see him in more films. Um, Samuel says 94-year-old James Hong was the baddie in Big Trouble in Little China. I think that's what you meant. With Kurt Russell again. Hong finally won an award. Good for him. Yes, it was so good to see him win the award and tell his story about how the SAG award is the one that he won, or that he was included to win for Best Cast. And it was really great to hear him speak on his experience. And he's just wonderful. He's become the real Lopan, except for he's not evil, but he's definitely living a long time, that's for sure. Um, let's see. Dal Johnson, things change when you get punched in the face, right? In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Okay. When you wake up the next day and you're like, what happened? Oh. I remember James Hong's career is a show. show you to itself. Yeah, I mean, I think it's I love his story about his career, and I like his honesty, and especially since he's older, he doesn't have anything to lose by telling his point of view. And you may not agree with everything he says, or understand his experience the way but I think he's always been one of the people in almost everything he's been in that I've always enjoyed his performance. Like even in Blade Runner, he did this small little role, and yet it steals the show. You remember that guy, you know? I do only eyes, and it's like just his delivery, the fear that he had, that he was able to translate in that little part. Ah, great. And Sean, you mean yes, we went Big Trouble in Little China, and Lance Chavin, James Hong, always the good bad guy, was also in Tango and Cash. Yes, it's been a long time since I've seen Tango and Cash. I need to take a look at that film again. Um, I'm not even sure if I think I liked it. I'm not sure. Tom Marie says, "Remember RNG? It's all fun and games until you have to fight them." Yes, yes. I mean, it's just like it's one thing about learning all the things that you're supposed to do, and then it's another thing when you actually like have to look somebody in the eye and hit them, and they are trying to hit you back, and it's like, what is going on? Can't we just be friends? And I think, I don't know, I was really young. I probably too young to be engaging in that, but when you're it's a good skill to have. Okay, I'm not putting that down because if you really want it, I think go for it. Go for it. It's a good skill to have, and it's good to get punched in the face. I have been. It's not fun. Because then like you don't like getting punched in the face, or you stay away from getting punched in the face. Um, I don't think people should go around punching other people in the face though. But I'm just saying, the experience itself teaches you something. Uh, James Hong was also in Chinatown. Yes, he was. It's become a James. How did James Hong became part of the commentary today? Okay, so we've oh wow, 30 likes right now. Oh my God, thank you so much, guys. You are just really making my day today. And thank you, Tom Lemery, for keeping track of that. I really appreciate it. Um, oh, yes, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. Very funny and lighthearted, fun movie. Um, and Sean says James Hung has four upcoming production in his credits. Wonderful. Yes. I love it. Keep going, James Hong. We love you. James Hong was in Talons of the Eagle with Billy Banks. Really? I didn't know that. And I was gonna put Billy Banks on my list. Oh, maybe I should. Ah, man, this might have to go on to be like Action Stars Part like 11. Okay, let's see. A Unicorn Man Fitsuda says, yes, my brother and I used to walk around with stabs and play stick fight um anyone who wanted to. Oh, cool. Stick fighting is kind of safe because you just hit the sticks unless you like accidentally like whack somebody in the head. But I used to get the stick and do like, try to do like fancy things with it. And I used to also grab the sticks that I found and pretend that they were swords, and I would like do that thing. that the Beastmaster did when he's like it's been ages, but oh man, the fun I used to have playing playing battles or whatever. I could swing the nunchucks, but I I couldn't do anything that didn't involve hitting myself. Yes, me too, Unicorn Rabbit Studio. Yes. I think I got some play nunchucks and yeah, it was always like bink in the forehead. Oh man. Oh, and Todd says The Last Dragon is one of my all-time favorites. Oh yes, and isn't it great? It is so great. It will put a smile on your face. That's the thing too. It's not just a movie. It puts a smile on your face. You actually smile during the movie. So it'll put you in a good mood. Stunbrad says unicorn funny. Oh man, I don't know how many times I hit myself with those fake nunchucks. Thank goodness they were fake too. And I don't know if anybody else used to get toilet paper or paper towels and get like a string and pretend that they were nunchucks. That's yeah. Uh, that's how crazy. Who's master shown up? Oh yeah, yeah. Who's the master? Shown up. Yes, that's just such a great movie. Um, and Jack Vermont says, don't forget the butterfly knives. The butterfly knives. Uh, what did I miss? Butterfly knives. Are you talking about the knives with the thing in the center? And no, I guess I'll have to look that up. I would have to look that up. Zach says, anytime I hear Jim Kelly, I think of Buffalo Bills. Oh, oh, you mean that Jim Kelly? Yeah, when I was trying to research him, I kept getting the Buffalo Bills. He's the manager or something, or a coach or something to that effect. And Sean Ennis says, not Kareem and Conan. It was, oh, yes. Thank you, Sean. You with the facts. Thank you. With the actual factuals. Thank you, Sean. Not Kareem. Yes. Okay. Yes, you're so right. Will Chamberlain, he was actually good in that. Um, uh, and Daryl Johnson, it was Return of the Dragon. The bad guy looked like the wolf, like Wolfman Jack hit himself in the nunchucks. Return of the Dragon. I don't think I ever saw that one. Um, all right, and let's see. James Hung has 456 acting credits. Oh my God. That's incredible. Wow. I had no idea. Todd says uh, Kareem was in Airplane as well. I remember him in Airplane. Stuart, if you could only see what I've seen with your eyes, Blade Runner, deep cut. Blade Runner, deep cut. Todd says, if you want to keep like Tango and Cash, don't watch it. If you're going to keep liking Tango and Cash, don't watch it again. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. They are, it's that bad, huh? It didn't age well, huh? And Sean, oh no, just reading that Lance Riddick just died. Too soon, too early. Yes. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Twitter. I found out about it earlier this morning, and it is pretty devastating. He died at 60 years old, and if you see any pictures of this man, he looks like he's like in his early 40s at best, and had so much energy. and it was so vibrant. And so it's such that's why I really feel like there are too many people dying too early. Um, and I guess I'm looking to find out, like, what did he actually die of? Like, how is that? Um, and in case you guys don't know who he is, Lance is bringing us Tom. He's in the John Wick movies. Yes, he plays the here we got some more information. He was on The Wire, Wick movies as the hotel manager. Lots of stuff, right? He's the concierge, I guess, at the hotel. Like John Wick would come in and say, "Oh, I need a room," and he would be like, "Oh, John Wick, blah blah blah." This is gonna be really tough because, yeah, John Wick 4 just came out. I wonder if he was in that one too. I saw him in John Wick 2 and the first one and the second one. I didn't. We're seeing the third one tonight, and yeah, it breaks my heart because again, he had so much energy. RNG, that was Will Chamberlain and Destroyer. Yes. I'm so glad you guys are here to like straighten me out with the information because I get things wrong a lot and I need help. um, and I'm not too ashamed. I'm like this. You know what? If I am wrong, I am so glad to get the truth. If somebody can tell me the truth, I am not one of those people that is like, no, I'm right. Please tell me when I'm wrong. Um, I appreciate it so much because by learning the truth and you get to be better, get to be better. Now I know that it was Wilt Chamberlain. Hopefully, I'll never forget. Todd says, sounds like you need a new live stream series. Fight Movie Fridays. Maybe. I mean, that's a great idea, Todd. That sounds great. Um, definitely, definitely. Um, let's see. Yeah, I should, and I was thinking about starting to have some guests on my shows finally. I finally like figured out a little bit of something here. I'm gonna do some more. I'm definitely gonna do more practicing, and seeing how uh to really, get the shows really nice and tight. And then I do want to bring some people on to co-host with me or just like have a panel. I love panels. I love being on panels too. And Daryl says, show enough. And Summer Brad says, my brats were spoiled, had lightsabers, no paper towel. Oh, that's so sweet. I always wanted a lightsaber. Um, what a dream that is. In fact, I didn't really, I got one lightsaber, but it was like finally, like, about, I would say 7 years ago from a coworker who was giving away all her old stuff. And I was like, oh my God, a lightsaber. Yay. And it was one of those that, that stretches out. It wasn't exactly like a light up one, but it was a lot of fun. I still have it somewhere. Uh, oh, it's William Blake Hall. I'm so sorry. I'm so late. Glad to make it. Yes, you. We're just scratching the surface of what I was supposed to do today. It looks like there's gonna be a part four. I had no idea it was gonna take this long, and I thought it was at least gonna get to some of the action stars in the 90s, but we're running a little late today. Okay, so let's keep going. Great to see you, William. So glad that you're here. Um, Tom Lemery says Kelly was a quarterback for the Bills. Oh, the other Jim Kelly. Yes, 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 yes. Uh, And William Blake Hall says, "Who have I missed? I see Jan Michael Vincent Airwolf was awesome." Yes, okay, we can go back really quickly. Let's see where are we at. So I'm gonna move back really quickly. So Philip Ree, Carter Wong, Jim Kelly, Jan Michael Vincent, Lee Van Cleef, and Roger Moore. Those were the six I was able to get to. And I think I should continue to keep going just to keep the flow happening. I've got, as you can see, Stacy Keach is here. Um, Gordon Liu. Actually, let's review some of the movies that Stacy Keach has done. Murder Me, Murder You, The Squeeze, and Class of 1999. I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much. Class of 1999 is so good. Let's see. And Gordon Liu. Okay. This man, I grew up watching this man on Saturday Kung Fu. I forgot what it was called, but they would do a kung fu movie on Saturdays, and I would watch the heck out of it. And 36 Chamber of Shaolin was one of them. Return to the let's see if I can uh, Return to the 36th Chamber, which is the follow-up movie, and he was also in Kill Bill Volume 2. So, love that guy. And also, Jackie Chan is in the house. He had to be on the list. He was in Rush Hour, Karate Kid, and Drunken Master. So, let's see what you guys have to say about those three. Um, let's see. And yes, the theme for Airwolf was amazing. Roger Morse, William Blake Hall says Roger Moore loved Moonraker for all the wrong reasons. Never saw the man who haunted himself. Interesting, yeah. Yeah. Moonraker was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I love that movie as well. It just, it, you know, it is a fun, good time for the whole family, I think. It's like bond for the whole family. Yeah, I think it felt like it was. I definitely saw it at a young age in the theater with my mom. William Blake Hall. This is it. You're going to take us forever. Is not that I really mind, but I'm still waiting to hit 1990. I know. Okay, well, I'll try to speed it up as fast as I can. Um, okay. Um, uh, let's see. William, there's no reason we could always be a four and a five and a six. I guess so. That's how it's looking, which can be cool. Yes, it could be. We're gonna see what we can do. And lightsabers, a part of living. Uh, and Sean says, be extra careful. Knocks on wood. Retro nerd go be cause of death listed as natural causes for Lancer. What? Oh my gosh, natural causes at 60? That's wild. Wild. Um, uh, Jeremy John said Riddick was outstanding in Wick 4. Oh, really? Oh, really? Looks like we watched a lot of the same people, Todd. Let's see. Terry talks movies. Oh, thanks for joining me today. I always wanted nunchucks more than a lightsaber. Yeah, kind of me too. And like I said, I made them out of toilet paper and paper towel rolls. And that was really low cost. uh, saber chucks. I didn't know about those. Oh, are those the ones with the little claws at the end? Uh, and William Blake Hall says, I liked Stacy Keach too. Me too. He was fantastic. And Daryl Johnson says, "Well, first off, you have to pick them up, Lance, and there goes your hand for saber chucks." Oh man, yeah. Imagine lightsaber chunks, nunchucks, and how messy that would be. You guys are making my me laugh so hard. Okay. All right. Um, and Tom says that Stacy Keach was in TV's Mike Hammer. Uh, yeah, he was. He was in quite a few TV shows, as from what I remember. Terry Talks movie says, I just finished the 13th Chamber. It's in the second Shawscope box set. Gordon Liu was next level in that one. Wasn't he amazing? I mean, and also there is a level of acting in that movie. You know, one thing I will say about those kinds of movies, I mean, the storyline is really like the piece that brings it all together for me. Um, and Chan, true enough, some good flicks. Yeah, I mean, he's done had such a wonderful career. Um, And Sean says, Stacy Keach in the ninth configuration and Up in Smoke are favorites of mine. Retro Nergo, the ninth configuration will blow your mind if you haven't seen it. Well, first of all, I love the title, the ninth configuration. I need to name one of my stories, something like that. The ninth, whatever level uh, of crazy. And Terry Talks movie says Jackie Chan also got his whoop, whoop, kicked by Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. Did he now? It's been years. I have to see that movie again. And Stacy Keach as Frank James in the Long Riders, best of Jesse James films. Cool, cool. Um, Drunken Master is incredible. Yes, it is for Jackie Chan. Where we go? Where did he go? Yeah, there he is. He was incredible. And one thing about Jackie that's really unique is, I think he carved out something very special with his technique of doing unconventional, um, almost comedic roles, and also being able to do them with such athleticism. You know, some of the stuff that he's doing is just unbelievably athletic, and so I have a very very intense appreciation for Jackie Chan. What a performer! What a performer. Lance says Stacy Keach in Mike Hammer. Yes, Mike Hammer was huge. And there's something about Stacy Keach. Um, he's not a pretty boy, but he's handsome. And then he's also has this like gravitas. So it's like, this is the guy I always wanted him to do sort of like a Dick Tracy or something like that. I mean, he almost did it, and that's the kind of roles he's known for. But I can't believe he never played Dick Tracy, that character, which is a character I think we need to bring. We should do stories about Dick Tracy, but not the way it was done comedically in the past. You know what movie I'm talking about that. But I would love to see a Dick Tracy movie series set in like the 1940s. That would be really cool. I think so. um, and Daryl Johnson says, uh, can't say Jackie Chan without making kung fu hand movements. And William Blake Hall says Moonraker is for the whole family until he attempts re-entry. Well, yes, true, very true. I didn't even think about that. And that's kind of humor that's in every Bond film. Um, was Jackie Chan in the Kid with Hilary Swank or Jaden Smith? Oh, I think it's the one with Jaden Smith. Yeah, I think he was supposed to be like the new Miyagi, and I think Hillary had the original Miyagi. If that's what I thought. Um, all right, give me 1 second. I'm under attack, guys. The horrible, horrible, horrible allergy monsters are attacking me right now, and so I need a minute to grab, or not even a minute, a half a minute to get myself together. And so let's see. I'm gonna put like a little video for funsies for you while I collect my myself together. Here we go. Wow, I just love that little clip. I love my little clips that I drop because they put a smile on my face, and I was already smiling, so now my smile is even bigger. All right, Jackie Chan, what was a bad guy in Into the Dragon? Oh, okay, so okay. That's good to know because I thought he never played bad guys. But he played a bad guy in that one. But I think later on when his career was really like he was more well known, he was like, no, 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 I don't want to play bad guys. Um, and yeah, that's confirming that for me. I didn't realize that he would played a bad guy in Enter the Dragon. I love this information you guys are getting. I'm gonna be so smart. I'm just gonna know everything. Thank you guys for making me so smart. And Lance says, I'll be a guest anytime. Oh, absolutely. As soon as I can figure out what I'm doing, we'll I'm actually gonna put your name down. Um and I'm gonna put your name down because yeah, anybody who wants to join me, let me know so I can start figuring out how to add people and so I can have you guys on. That would be great. Just let me know who's interested. Sharon says Gordon Liu was Kung Fu Saturdays for me. Oh, Sundays. Maybe it was Sundays or Saturdays. Maybe I'm getting my days mixed up. But I just know it was on the weekends. You're probably right. Like 3 o'clock on Sundays. And do I have that right? 3 o'clock on Sundays. There was always a kung fu movie. And it was one of them. It was always like one with him in it. And Stunt Brat 777 Smith says, Lance, one of my first jobs was on Mike Hammer in the mid 80s. I was doubling Heather Thomas. Stacy Keach straddled my dead body. Oh my God, I don't mean that, but yeah, that's really funny. Um, yeah, so we're trying to figure out this. You doubled for Heather Thomas, who is drop dead gorgeous. So um, yeah, yeah. Lance is like you doubled for Heather Thomas. Wow. Um, yes, more people are intrigued by this. Um, uh, just another day at the office, Stunt Brad says. So cool. Just amazing. Your life story is so interesting, fascinating, and thank you for sharing your experiences with us. We do appreciate that. When she was a guest star on my camera, Artie Johnson shot me. Yes, and Keith E says what we're thinking. Stunt guru, I am amazed uh, at where you've been and what you've done. Yes, incredible life. Ninth configuration, William says. I think the author behind The Exorcist wrote that. Oh, okay. A ninth configuration. Stacy Keach was in one of those Cheech and Chong movies where he turned into a lizard after smoking their marijuana concoction. Thank you, Will Samuel, for that bit of information. uh, and Daryl Johnson's Jackie Chan was John Carpenter's first choice to play Wang Chi in Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, really? Yeah, he would have been great. Yeah, he would have been great. Um, and let's see. I'm gonna just zoom down a little bit. And Terry Talk says Sammo Hung was great too. Didn't look like an action star, but check him out at the start of The Man from Hong Kong. Oh, I've never seen that, so we'll have to add that to the list of movies that I need to watch. The Man from Hong Kong. Um, and let's see. And Sean Innes says, Retro Nerd Girl, by the way, the ninth configuration is also known as Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane. Huge cast of actors, of great actors. Wow, Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane. Okay. Both interesting title. I mean, they couldn't like somebody had some they had a whole bunch of titles and they were like, we got to use all of them. uh, uh, and oh, Lance is saying it's a bad time if your name is Lance. Yikes. Because of there was also another person by the name of Lance that but it that is not true. We're not thinking about that. Lances, especially the Lances that say that have the last name Chafin are immortal. They'll stay with us for a long time. And Sean Innes, um, so okay, I'm missing something, am I not? Yes, I totally am. I'm totally missing something for that. Okay, so Keith E is so sweet. Can't you moderators kick the crap out of her? That's so funny. Yeah, no, it's okay. No need to do that. Um, and William Blake says, we live in the age of Google. Art Johnson appeared in the Mike Hammer retooling of the new Mike Hammer and the episode Murder in the Cards. Not seeing a Heather Thomas mention though. Oh, probably. Um, oh, well, Heather, I mean, she may not have been, well, She, it was in maybe in her early days, because they wouldn't always mention everybody. I don't know. I'm sorry. Every time I think of Jackie Chan, all I can hear is Chris Tucker. Are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? Uh, uh, yeah, that's a good one. Where he acts a fool. Um, Jack Permont, but butterfly knives have a two-piece handle that reverse cover the blade. You carry it folded and flip the handles. Ooh, and use the blade. It looks cool when it's done right. Oh, it's that thing that people go. They were doing like this with it. Wow. Well, well, well. And William says, Brett, we need you to write a book. Yes. Well, you were saying that you wanted to write Yep, peeps have been asking me to write a book. Yeah, it's it's definitely something that I think people would enjoy. Um, um, and Jean, you're great. Technically, it's a sequel to The Exorcist as it has the same astronaut character, astronaut girl. Um, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next three, and then we're gonna look at some of the things. All right, so Timothy Dalton, he was in, let me just remove this. Uh, Timothy Dalton, who was in Flash Gordon, The Rocketeer, and The Living Daylights. Um, Playing James Bond. Michael Beck, everybody knows him. The Warriors, Megaforce, and Battle Truck. And then we have Michael Dudikoff, American Ninja, Into the Ninja, and Crash Drive. Now, I am curious as to see what you guys say about um, these characters or these particular action stars. Um, Stewart says, I also remember Stacy Keach appearing in American History X. Yeah, he's really, one thing, he's a fantastic dramatic actor. Um, and let's see. Oh, so Daryl Johnson's giving us a little more 411 on why Jackie Chan didn't do a Big Trouble in Little China. His English wasn't good enough when he was asked to do Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, I think in the early days it was pretty rocky for him with the accent, but he got better, right? I mean, much, much, much better. And again, it's always a pleasure to see him in those movies. And he now Lance Guest was in the last Starfighter. So yes, so and last time I saw a picture of Lance Guest, he was doing fine. So yeah, Lances are cool. Lances are cool. I swear. I swear. Lances are cool. um, and Todd says there can only be one Lance. Is that what's happening? Oh man. Let's see. Okay, so Keith E says I saw in one of the legal shows that nunchucks are coming back because they found they're more dangerous to person than to the people around them. Yeah, I mean they were like you have to be really good to handle nunchucks. Um, and I think that when you see people operating them, they're still hitting themselves. Like I guess it's you have to be able to take the hit from the nunchucks um to stop it from because if you fling the nunchucks at your back, it's gonna hit your back. And even if you catch it in your hand, I mean they hurt. So I don't know. It's a really tricky thing. Uh, um, yeah, let's see. Let's see. And all right, here we go. Unicorn Rampant City says Timothy Dalton is hands down the most savage of the Bonds, right? He's a cold-hearted killer. I mean, I love his Bonds, and I feel like because he's so cold, and his villains are like even worse. Like they're like the most savage villains. I'm like, I'm really scared. So yeah, Timothy Dalton with Bond was like had a very different kind of bedside manner. Um, and I really enjoyed it actually. I did, and you having like Roger Moore for so many years, and then you've got this colder James Bond who is, cold-hearted killer. Is like, oh man, it just, I don't know, I just loved it. So I did enjoy his performance. I did. Okay, Terry Talk says Dudikoff couldn't act his way out of a parking ticket, unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know. Um, because this was Dudikoff being added to the list was definitely a suggestion. And you look at his repertoire, he had a lot of movies that he was in. So was doing something that people enjoyed. I can't say I've actually seen any of it, so I can't really comment on that. But um, definitely, um, it was uh, really kind of yeah, it's definitely your opinion. I don't know because I've never seen his stuff. But he's got a lot of work there. Um, and I would like to get into it. I'd like to at least see a few of his movies to make judgment on that. So, Brett, you should do a doc. It would be so good to watch. Ooh, that would be cool. Um, Sean Innes. Dudikoff was like Sho Kosugi in the 1980s, except he was a triathlete and not a martial artist. Interesting. Let's see. Todd says American Ninja was my go-to when the video store was picked over. Ah, okay. See, and sometimes those actors that, that are in like lower budget films, really like they're really entertaining. They're enough to like satisfy a Saturday evening if you're, bored. And Jack says Timothy Dalton in period pieces, Cromwell and Mary Queen of Scots. Yeah, I mean, as this man is a Shakespearean trained actor. He's amazing. He's got the chops. Uh, he's got the range. He's also he can play big if he wants to. Like him in the Rocketeer was definitely him going for big, and I loved him as a villain too. He was just he had something special about his performances there, and so yeah, he definitely is. Um, a special actor and a really pretty good action hero, action star, um, whether he's playing the villain or the hero. So yeah, I like me some Timothy Dalton. Loved him in Flash Gordon. uh, Dalton's full name is Timothy Leonard Dalton Legit. Wow, cool. He's too legit to quit. I had to say that. Unicorn Rampant Studios. He was an incredible Prince Philip on the in the Lion in Winter. Interesting. It kind of has Prince Philip vibes. um, and Darrell Johnston says, "Warriors, come out to play." As he's talking about Michael Beck and that wonderful film, The Warriors. This is a lot of people are their favorite film. Their favorite film is The Warriors. It just speaks to so many people. It really does. And oh, there's a tribute to the Warriors in the new upcoming John Wick movie, and I think it's fabulous that they did that. And Sean Innes says, I remember being pumped for American Ninja, more for Steve James, but hopeful at the time Dudikoff would be a new martial arts actor. Yeah, I think there was a lot of hopes in him as far as like we needed like an American martial arts. person uh, to come, a newcomer to come on the scenes at that time. Um, and William Blake Hall says, I think Beck was in some short-lived cop show called Houston Nights. And uh, William Blake Hall says, Dalton is cold, and yet I really like him. Yeah, there's something that you like about Bond as a cold, methodical kind of character. When I'm going to talk about this in great detail in the future, but Bond himself is a psychological profile that you really have to get into because um, he's a human being who is set up to sometimes do jobs that involve taking out someone and what that's entailed psychologically, what he has to do, the kind of danger he is constantly in, why he can't really connect with people, and create um, situations where people's lives will be in danger if he gets too close to them. So there is always like a distance. And so I thought Timothy really played that off really well. He made Bond feel like an agent. Like he made him real. And they couldn't have done it better with the one movie, License to Kill. I think that is my second favorite. Trying to think, is it my second favorite? Almost. I do love Thunderball though, and there's so many. I'll get into yeah, there will be a James Bond appreciation series definitely. You guys know it's coming. I love me some James Bond. And Sean, yep, Houston Nights with Michael Parr. I forgot how to pronounce his name, or Pare. I watched it. Forgot how to pronounce his name, but Michael Parr, yeah. Um, and William says, I always thought of him as Michael Duty Calls. I was trying to remember how to spell his name, um, and yeah, I had some trouble figuring out how to spell his name, and I kept spelling it wrong. And of course, there's so many Michaels out there, so it didn't work out for me for a while. It was fun to see Timothy Dalton in Hot Fuzz with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Sean Ennis says, yes. Samuel Rivera, I believe that Timothy Dalton's character in The Rocketeer was loosely based on Errol Flynn. Yeah, it was said that Errol Flynn was a Nazi sympathizer. Not really sure. Um, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that was something that was part of the discussion, part of the what Timothy had said that he Errol Flynn was supposed to be kind of the character, and I think Errol Flynn is a perfect example of of who he was trying to portray, a star in that era, and um, that was a perfect example of one that he could uh, play off of. Um, and Lance Chafin says, Stunt Brat, Heather Thomas was in Zapped with Scott Baio and Willie Ames. And I remember that movie. I loved that movie for a long, long, long time. I really did. And I still like it, I guess. I still like it. It's kind of hard to watch because it's really bad. But it's got some really no. I still love that movie. There's still stuff in there that's really unique that I appreciate. So yeah, I still love it. What am I talking about? I still love it. William Blake Hall, yeah, a bio of Flynn imitated that, but or uh, initiated that. Maybe you went, I don't know, imitated that, uh, but it was not the case. Yeah, I mean, you can make up stuff about people. It's like Flash Gordon. Yes, Flash Gordon. He was fantastic as Prince Baron. He was fantastic. Uh, let's see. Uh, uh, and Lance says Franco Nero was in Enter the Ninja, not Michael. Um, okay. I probably got it wrong, but where I got it from probably um they said that he was in it, but and he might not have been the main character, he might have played another role, but um yeah, I don't know if he was. I haven't seen that movie, but I got it from a database that said it. They could have gotten it wrong. But he could have also played another kind of character. Look who's here, guys! Puff Comics. Hello. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I'm actually gonna close things up soon, uh, but I'm so glad you made it. So glad you made it. William Blake Hall says the Lion in Winter. Oh my God, worth seeing for its own sake. The Lion in Winter. Okay. Um. Uh. Tell me about this man, Houdini. Sure what that means. Uh, and William says, I think The Lion in Winter has Timothy Dalton and Anthony Hopkins along, uh, of course, with Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole. Um, cool. Peter O'Toole, I'm there. Um, oh, look who's here. We've got Spectacular Moments. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. And um, and William says the surname Bond comes from Bond's servant. That was the joke behind Schwarzenegger playing Tasker in True Lives. Interesting. And Lance is saying Stuart Tubi has a doc called Life After Flash. It's really good. I've seen that documentary and it's very, very enlightening, entertaining, and yeah, it's very good. I would recommend it for sure. It follows the life of the star of Flash Gordon and all of the problems he had during the set and afterwards, and just a whole lot of trouble um, that he's endured. And see. Flash Gordon opened many eyes for kids in the 1980s. The the samples from Flash on the soundtrack have Timothy Dalton in it. Is just incredible. Wow, I didn't know he made the soundtrack. Yeah, there is some talking during this the soundtrack, isn't there? Um, Puff Comics 83 says Dalton was a great Bond. Shame he only did 2 films. I know, right? And they're really like, to me, I feel like they were really like the high point of the 80s, but also not bad films. Not bad films. Uh, just I loved his take on Bond. I only knew Michael Beck in The Warriors. Oh wow. Uh, uh, it was a cool movie. I love over the top gangs being represented in the film. The baseball furies, the Fordham Baldies, the Lizzies, Riffs, and Orphans. Yeah, it was so cool that to give all of the different gangs a unique look and characteristics. It was great. What a fantastic idea. Somebody was really, I don't know, just what kind of creativity. Um, it's Wonderful, wonderful. Dal Johnson says the name James Bond came from that of American uh, arthe, uh, ornithologist James Bond, a Caribbean bird expert of the author of the definitive Field Guide to Birds in the West Indies. That makes sense because that makes sense. Um, And Lance says, I like B-rated action stars. Yes, and I have a lot of them. It looks like I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do a part uh four as well. I really didn't expect this to go so well. Billy Blanks, Cynthia Rothrock, Don the Dragon, Jeff Wincott, Gary Daniels, uh, Ma- um, Mathis Hughes Jack. I guess those are I've got only Cynthia Rothrock is making my list. I didn't know about these other guys, but oh no, Gary Daniels is also on my list too. The rest I'm not sure who they are. um, but we'll see. Maybe I can add more, but then the list will get longer if I keep adding more names. And Jermaine is here. Hello, Jermaine. Oh, great to see you. I love American Ninja. Yeah, I think that was his definitive one, right? And it's been years since I've seen it, to be honest. Um, just looking up Dudikoff, he was not in either Ninja but he was in Dallas in and in Tron. He was in Tron as well. Wow. Okay. Uh, I will have to make those edits. Thank you so much, Sean. You are the MVP. Thank you for helping me because I need to make sure that that's correct. So he is not in Enter the Ninja. I don't know what database I was looking from, and they must have given me the wrong information. Ugh, the internet. um, Jack says Prince Baron asked Zarkov about Houdini when they are chained to the wall for execution. That is absolutely correct. I forgot about that. And oh my God, yes, William. I'm sad we lost Zarkov lately in the actor Topol. Yes, we did, and that breaks my heart. Um, we are losing all the good ones. Um, All right. And Samuel says, didn't know Flash was popular until I saw the movie Ted and your positive review on it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and it's one of those movies that almost every director in Hollywood absolutely loves. Absolutely loves. Um, And so I'm going to go through the next three, and those are going to be the last three that I'm going to do because I have another appointment right after this. I thought I was going to be able to finish in 2 hours, and it looks like 2 hours is not enough. So we will continue this conversation, guys. This is great. I mean, the stuff that I'm learning from you guys is just incredible, but also it's nice to run down the list of people and seeing all of the people who are making the list is continuing our education of the fine arts of film studies that we do on this channel. I just love it. All right, so the next in line we have John Travolta, guys. Yes, you. He definitely has some action movies. Blowout, Face Off, and Broken Arrow. Remember those movies, guys? And we've got Miles O'Keefe. Um, and he was in the Tarzan the Ape Man, Ator, uh, the Flying Eagle, if in some places, and the Sword of the Valiant, which I loved as a kid. Then we have Hulk Hogan, guys. Right? I mean, You remember his movies, right? Rocky 3 was sort of the big one, and we've got 3 ninjas. And then we have Assault on Devil's Island. He's got quite the repertoire of movies that he has been in, and he's still acting, so that's really a lot of fun. Tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking right now about the last 3 of that we have on the list here? Um, uh, um, it, Sean, I like TC 2000 had a bunch of martial arts stars, and William Blake says, very true, Daryl. I think as creative a writer as Fleming can have 2 or more reasons to make a one key choice. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and Terry Talks Movie says Megaforce is cringingly bad, but Umbrella Entertainment put out a good Blu-ray of it 6 months ago. Wow. I must have seen Force a long time ago. Um, and like William Blake Hall says, did we mention Jan Michael Vincent's White Line Fever or Defiance? No, we didn't mention those. Yeah, we did not mention those. Um, And Dermaine is here showing some love for my wonderful friend, Retro Nerd Girl. Thank you so much, Dermaine. It's always a pleasure to see you in the chat and also to see you in other chats too. So, as one of the people that it was really great to make an acquaintance this year, definitely. And has it been more than a year? Let me know. um, and let's see. Um, and William Lake Hall was saying, looking forward to the next 9 episodes of this 12-part series. Such a nerd girl. It won't take that long, I hope. I uh, I'm getting better at it, I think. But there was a lot of input that you guys had for um, these stars. So I didn't want to miss out on your comments. I know I skipped over a lot. I'm sorry if I have skipped out on anybody's comment, but I do want to, you know, try to get as many of these things done as possible. So not too bad. We got some done. Danny Zuko, yes. And Terry Talk says, Travolta is a dangerous actor if you're one of his massage therapists. He isn't a good person. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Um, and LOL, those Ator movies had no blood in them despite all the sword fighting. So true. I love them though. I really did. And And Bob Comics says, what are you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you? I should try to do the voice, right? I'm just not good at it. Uh, I'm trying to think of it, but yeah, I'm not good at it. But yeah, I can hear his voice in my head. um, Thank you for that, Puff Comics. Um, William Blake Hall, maybe Ator and Yor could be combined into Ayor. Yes, I look. This is my stuff right here. Ator and Yor, great, love it. Ayor. Jack, how much O'Keefe is in this movie, Miles? Nice. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell me. I thought for some reason he was related to um, John Wayne. And I know that John Wayne has a son, and he will be seeing his movie tomorrow. Um, but for some reason, I thought Miles O'Keefe was related to um, John Wayne in some way. I may have gotten that mixed up. If someone wants to get nerdy and check it out for me. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says, Ator, wow, that that did happen. Yeah, it was good though. I mean, it was good in a cheeky way. It was an Italian production, and so there's a lot of weird little things that, you just wouldn't expect in it. And I think that's why I like that movie so much. And oh, Lance is saying, good job, wrenches, no bots. Yay. Thank you so much. You know how much I appreciate you guys. Um, thank you. I appreciate the fact that the bots are, they don't have a chance around here. Keith E, good night and be well, Retro. Oh, you off? Okay, well, have a good night as well, Keith E. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your input and your insights. Absolutely love your company. Thank you. Puff Comic says, we talked on our show earlier today about you doing an amazing job with these live streams. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Enjoying these so much, RNG. Oh my God. You're making me blush. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Um, and Lance is also saying, night retro nerd girl, love ya. Oh, good night, and thank you for all that you do, Lance. I appreciate you so much. See you on Saturday for the watch party. That's for sure. That's for sure. And is your the one with Reb Brown? I don't know who Reb Brown is. Um, um, your is I forgot the full title. It's like You're Something of the Future. Um, William is saying an affirmative. Yes, Reb Brown. Okay. uh, And Terry Talk says, good night. I'm about to start my day. Got movies to watch. Well, thank you for joining us, Terry Talks Movies. I really do appreciate your company tonight. All right, so you guys are all like ready to head out. So I am. Okay. So before you guys go, I know what I'm gonna do now. Um, uh, I'm gonna double back and post the goodbyes in the in the video. But as Sean says, yes, your had Red Brown. Who is Red Brown? Am I missing a person? And Puff Comics says, uh, oh, Red Brown is the original Captain America. Oh, oh, wow. Okay, I had no idea. I had no idea. Um, okay, so we've gone through enough. Let me just say, Face Off was one heck of a movie, wasn't it? It was one heck of a movie. And I think we had all seen John Travolta be physical with some of his other movies. So I think the natural progress was to go into to action movies there for a while. So he did his share of action movies, um, including I would consider Fiction kind of a pseudo action movie. Um, they're not really doing a whole lot of running around, but it still um, has a bit of physicality, or at least has a bit of knowing that the character has to pull off some kind of physicality. So yeah, those are the last three. Um, and I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Um, let's see. And Daryl says, can't find anything about Miles O'Keefe having a famous relatives. Okay, great. Okay, then I'm glad I did not announce that as if I knew it. All right. Lance says, John was in Pulp Fiction. And Sean says, wasn't Reb in Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman and Patrick Swayze? And, oh, uh, all right. So yeah, we're gonna close this baby out. And guys, I am let's see if we can fix this. There we go. And let me see. All right. So we've got that and yeah, I'm gonna close everything out, guys. Thank you so much for being here and helping me to go through the list. I was a little slower this time, right? I need to speed things up quite a bit, so we're gonna do that next time. And what I'll do is I'll just I'll definitely um, uh, answer. I'll probably have to go through less. Um, things in the comments. I hate to do that, right? Because then a lot of people are putting in juicy information in there and adding so much to the conversation. And that's what this is all about, having a conversation. So I don't know if I want to do that. We'll think about it. I'm going to rewatch this video and see if I could analyze any way of making it more efficient so that way we can get through part 4 of the action stars of yesteryear. The action stars of yesterday. That's hardly a challenge. Um, so yeah, I am so glad you were able to hang out with me today. And let's see if I can have my video, if I can find it. For some reason, I'm having a hard time finding my videos today. And yes, guys, I will leave you to leave your last words and comments. Say goodbye to your friends that you made today. And without further ado, I bid you adieu. See you in the next video.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.